eBay shoppers beware, you're in for a scare. Check this out.
You should have saved me some.
Hello, my friends. How you doing today? I'm not doing well. I'm not doing well because I just got scammed. I got scammed from eBay. Yes, eBay done messed me. Well, actually, the seller from eBay done scammed me. And I've been through this before. I've had some issues in the past with other sellers, but my gripe today is with eBay and their policies and what they do to help the consumer. Now, this is what happened. I ordered 2 record case holders. They hold 75 records. They're about 2 feet by, well, the record size, you know, a little bit taller, record size wide. And even though I don't have a record player, I collect records. So I wanted to keep them in a safe spot. But not only that, these cases are really nice. And I actually bought these record case holders to actually put CDs in because they stack nice and they look nice. And that's why I bought them. Now, I used my PayPal account. I did a pay in full because it was $47.46. I'm not a rich person. I can't afford to be dishing out $47.46, and I sure as heck can't afford to be scammed by scammers on eBay. Now, in the past, I had an issue with an eBay seller from China who sent me bootleg CDs. When I contacted the seller was like, he started cracking jokes. Haha, did you really like my stuff? You like what I did there? It's going back and forth. I felt a little insulted, felt a little upset about the situation. So I contacted eBay and I notified them that I had just been scammed, that they are selling bootleg items out of eBay. Plus, they had multiple storefronts. So this is the deal. Some of these scammers, what they do is they open like 20 different storefronts and they all have like one or 2 or 3 or 4, maybe 11 feedbacks. But if you look at their feedbacks, sometimes they're the same name. So clearly they didn't sell anything. What they did is they put stuff up on eBay and they had their friend purchase the items and then leave these sterling feedbacks to give you false hope that you're going to get your item. And they did a great job by these 11 people or 10 people or 5 people or whatever it is. They give you false hope. So what happened in my case, in the case of the CDs, once I contact the seller and I told the seller, listen, I'm going to contact eBay because you sold me bootleg stuff. I don't buy bootleg stuff. They started retaliating. They started threatening my life. Okay, this is an interaction that is supposedly everything's being recorded by eBay. This is being recorded by eBay, and these sellers are interacting through text. So I can copy and paste these texts and show eBay or a lawyer or a cop or whatever at any time what I was going through. And eBay still sided with the seller. Okay, all right. I mean, I've been threatened. The seller said they were going to come to my home. They said I know where I live, which they do, because if you purchase something from eBay, the seller has to sell the stuff to your house. So now I'm in fear for my life. So I contact PayPal, and PayPal tells me, okay, listen, we're going to get your money back for you. And thumbs up on PayPal. They did get my money back for me, okay? But eBay disregarded the whole thing. They were like, okay, they provided a tracking number. There's nothing more we can do for you. Too bad. That's pretty much what it was. And PayPal told me, listen, we're going to recover your money for you. But now, because you've been threatened, and we can see that you've been threatened, you need to go contact the FBI because this is fraudulent behavior. And you have to contact your local law enforcement because now your life is in danger. All because I bought 8 Taylor Swift CDs from China. Okay? So, and let me make this very clear. This has nothing to do with purchasing things from China, okay? I have purchased many CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, whatever, from China in the past and never had these kind of issues. There's just certain scumbags out there that do this stuff. Just certain scumbags that take advantage of people. And this is what I'm fighting for right now. This is why I'm making this video right now. Because I know that there is this little old lady out there that's buying a Taylor Swift CD for her granddaughter out there that's never going to see that CD. I know that there's going to be that little girl out there that's buying something or whatever, or this little boy is buying something for their mother for her birthday, and they ain't never going to see it. And they don't even know what to do if it doesn't show up. Okay, so I'm having, this is me trying to help people. Okay, so this is what happened. So I buy these two record cases, $47.46. Like I said, not a big deal to some people. Doesn't seem like a big deal to some people, but $46.76, $46.46 is a lot of money to me. Okay, in fact, it was enough money for me to have to do pay in full. So I'm still making payments on these things. So what happens is I get a message sent to me saying item is delivered. I get up, I go outside, I go look for my item. There's no item. Nothing on my porch whatsoever. Matter of fact, I go back and I roll back my security cameras, which are definitely pointed right on my mailboxes. Because I have a mail bin that you put bigger items in, and I have a mailbox where you put small items in. And I have cameras on both of them, one going this way and one going this way. So if anybody delivers any packages to my house, I'm gonna get not only am I gonna get a notification from my security cameras saying that somebody's on my porch, but I also get a notification from eBay saying that the item was delivered. So after not getting this item, I figure, okay, you know what? I'm going to give, because this has happened to me in the past, I'm going to give the post office the benefit of the doubt that maybe they misscanned it. I'll receive, because I have not received things on a certain day that says things are delivered, and then they show up the next day, or maybe even the day after. Okay. So I'm like, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to wait. Now, this was delivered by UPS, not United States Postal Service. This was delivered by UPS. And it was 2 bins. I'll go out of my way to put some photographs of the bins. They're literally the size of records. So they're about this big and about this wide. But they do come folded up. If you go to your local Walmart or Target or whatever, they sell them there. But they're a lot more money. I paid $47.46 for 2 of them. And usually pay like close to $40 for one at Walmart. So it's a good deal. And I have bought some in the past. Not from this seller, from a previous seller. But the problem is the previous seller, his price went up. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to look for the best deal because that's what I do. And that's what I do on this channel. Try to help you guys to get the best deal. But I also want to be on this channel to try to help you not get ripped off either. So what I do is I go, it says it was delivered. I wait 3 days. Nothing happens. I go on the tracking and I follow the tracking all the way down. And when it comes to my address, it just says the city and state that I live in. Doesn't say my actual address. Okay, so there's red flag number 1. My address is not there. I'm looking at the tracking history. Number 1, it said it was being shipped from New York City. Come to find out, it was being shipped from Sri Lanka, which I don't think. I mean, I may be wrong here, but I watched Indiana Jones. And I believe they filmed Indiana Jones in Sri Lanka. And I don't think Sri Lanka is in New York, okay? I think Sri Lanka is on the other side of the country. I'm not sure. I'm not a geographical major, so I do not know. But I do know one thing, that I have nothing, okay? And this is the whole thing. I physically have nothing. So what I did is I went on the tracking. I followed the tracking down. It said the city and state, but it did not say my address. Okay. I go on UPS, the tracking, and I go look at the UPS tracking. The UPS tracking also says the city and state, but not my address. Then if I put in my zip code, they show me a photograph of the home that it was delivered at. Now, my home is not yellow. And I am going to put a picture over here of the home that it was delivered at. Okay? I do not live in a yellow home. I have lived in the same home for 20 years. 20 years I've lived in the same exact spot with security cameras. Same address. Mailed here. I've been a eBay customer for over 22 years. I've been a PayPal customer for 12 years. You would think that it's one of these customer is always right type situation. So the deal is that I go back to eBay and I open a claim. All right, I did not receive my item. Clearly, I went outside, took a picture of my home, and with the number on the home, and I wrote, I typed right on the side of the home thing, I typed home. I typed right on the side of the picture, home. Then I sent the picture of the delivery spot in the picture that UPS provided of the yellow house, and I put, not my home. I don't think I could have been any more clearer than that. And then I explained to them, I said, yes, they provided a tracking number, and yes, there was an item delivered to that tracking number, according to the tracking number, but that's not my home. That's not it's not showing address. It's not showing the address. It's showing the city and state. It's not showing the home. Okay, sir, yes, sir, we'll open your claim or whatever. I wait, and I wait, and I wait. Meanwhile, I provided them with the complete tracking route from eBay. I submitted the complete tracking route from UPS. From UPS with the photograph of the delivered house in the whole write-up. Today I wake up and my case is closed because the seller provided a tracking number. Now, I'm going to tell you a little story about when I first started buying from eBay. And we're going way back. Okay, way back. I purchased a answering machine. Now, that's how far back we're going. Like, answer machines are obsolete. We don't even need answer machines anymore. But I bought an answer machine, one with a little cassette tape, okay? An answer machine. When eBay first became kind of big, talking years and years and years ago. And what I received in the mail was what is it? Wait, an answer machine box with a rock in it. Okay? An answer machine box with a rock in it. But they provided a tracking number. So when what I did is I contacted eBay. So let's forget about that. Let me just say that, like I said, this is not my first rodeo. I've been through this before with eBay. So I contact eBay and I tell eBay, I'm like, listen, I provided you pictures. I provided you the tracking information. I provided you a photograph of not only my home, but the home that it was delivered at. I'm like, I have nothing for what I paid for. I said, I paid you $47.46, and I have nothing to show for it. Oh, we're sorry, sir. The seller provided a tracking number. Your case is closed. So I told them, I said, listen, let's just say, hypothetically, that the seller is a scammer out of Sri Lanka. And what they're doing is looking at addresses of homes that are up for sale or abandoned in my city and town. And they are sending these packages to this alternate address, and all it is a box with a rock in it. So because you get a tracking number, you're trying to tell me that because you get a tracking number, my case is closed and there's nothing you can do for me. Now, the original lady I spoke to on, this was Monday, last Monday, okay? And I'm posting this thing right away because I'm scared for you. I'm scared for the consumer. I'm scared for grandma and grandpa buying Taylor Swift CDs or toys for their grandkids that are going to be scammed by these people, these scumbags. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about eBay and their policies. So the lady I spoke with last Monday, she made me, and that's how I explained it. And I tell you right now, you guys been watching this channel for a while. You know, I go off a little bit. Sometimes I go off. I've been trying to be really, really calm inside, but today I went off the rails on the crazy train. Okay, I explained it just like this. I said, listen, I talked to your customer service lady on Monday last week, and she gave me this warm, cushiony, wonderful feeling. Like she just gave me a teddy bear, and she's like, listen, sir, don't worry about anything. We will take care of it. It's part of our buyer protection program. So your money is safe. If you did not receive your item, your money is safe. You're going to get your money back. We promise. Hold this teddy bear. It's soft and cuddly and wonderful. We're going to let you hold the soft and you open your claim and you provide your pictures and all of your information and you hold that teddy bear and you feel all warm and safe and cuddly and wonderful inside. And then the seller will provide a tracking number proving that they shipped it out and it got delivered to a location. And we're going to rip that damn teddy bear out of your hands and slap you in the damn face. That's what we're going to do to you. eBay buyer protection program is garbage, okay? Do not believe it. I'll tell you right now, this is ridiculous, okay? 3 hours almost, I believe I spent trying to battle with eBay, trying to explain to them, listen, I provided you pictures of my home. I provided you pictures of the delivery destination. This is not my home. This is a yellow home. I don't live in a yellow home. This house looks abandoned. And on top of that, what I ordered is a big box. Okay, 2 big boxes. I bought a 2-pack. These things are this big by this big. The package they showed on the porch of the delivered place was about this big by about this big. There is no, you would have to be a complete moron, a complete idiot, or blind. Okay, I don't know if you got blind people working for eBay, or maybe they're colorblind. They can't recognize the difference between colors of houses, or they can't can't figure out the sizes of boxes, realizing that you cannot fit a record in a box this big. It's impossible to fit a record in a box this big. Listen, so I'm battling with these people. And the lady's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. There's nothing anymore we could do for you, sir. The seller provided a tracking number. I'm like, yes, they provided a tracking number. This is not my home. I could provide a tracking number. I could put a rock in a box and deliver it to anybody in the world and provide a tracking number. And all they're going to receive is a rock in a box. I received nothing. I received a tracking number that led to my town and city, but not my home. This is not my home. This is proof. This is picture proof that this is not my home. I went out of my way to go walk out to the front of my house and take several photographs of the exterior of my home to provide to eBay to show them this is not my home. This is not where I live. And then I'm on the phone with PayPal, and they got the same spiel. I opened the case with PayPal. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting anywhere with eBay. I'm going to open a case with PayPal because I'm making payments now on these record cases. And I got nothing to show for it. And I still gotta fulfill my agreement with them for the $47.46. And I'm paying for nothing. I open a case with them. They close the case because the seller provided a tracking number. Now, I'm willing to bet anything that this is a scam. This is a scam. This seller, probably like the other seller, my Taylor Swift seller, that seller had multiple storefronts. I'm talking multiple. I mean a lot of storefronts. I ended up discovering it later on because they were selling the same items on different storefronts. So I'm like, okay, well, I didn't get the right thing on this from this store. You know, I'm going to try to take a chance with another store. But as I'm looking at them all, I'm like, it's the same photograph. It's the same location. It's the same everything, just this different picture, a different feedback rating, but everything else is exactly the same. Then I started doing a little more research. I started looking at the feedbacks and the names of the people that were leaving the feedbacks. And what I started realizing is that the person I was dealing with and these several other storefronts all had feedbacks from the same exact person. So the scam is that they open these accounts on eBay. They probably sell 15 things to a friend. The friend leaves these sterling feedbacks, or a couple of friends leave these sterling feedbacks. So it kind of looks like a little different of a range. You know what I mean? I might have like 3 from the same guy, and then 1 from somebody else, and then 2 from another person, and then 1 from somebody else, and then back to that same person again. That's what the routine seemed to be. It's a scam. It's all a scam. They're not going to give you anything. What they're going to give you is a tracking number, and if you're lucky, you get a box with a rock in it. I didn't even get a box with a rock in it. I got nothing. So I'm trying to explain to them, I'm like, listen, I know I got scammed. I know that eBay just messed me up. And as far as buyer protection, you gave me that nice cuddly teddy bear, and then you ripped it out of my hands and slapped me in the face by telling me that you could not protect me as the buyer because the seller provided a tracking number. That makes no sense to me. And the lady was she even stepped up her game by being extremely rude and saying, I'm sorry, sir, but you've been talking about this for 1 hour and 40 minutes. So now I'm being timed, and I know I'm being recorded because they tell you right away this call is being recorded or whatever. And I'm like, okay, fine, it's whatever. And I even told her, I said, I'm going on YouTube right after this, and I'm gonna help people. I said, I'm gonna help people. I said, because I don't want grandma and grandpa buying their little grandson or whatever a gift and get scammed by these people. I want to give a little insight on how they do this and what they're doing, and how eBay takes care of their buyers. Okay? Now, I have been on both ends of the fence here. I've been a buyer and a seller on eBay. And I'll tell you right now, as a seller, I provide a tracking number. Not only do I provide a tracking number, once I send that item to you, I take pictures of my receipt. And I contact the buyer, and I send them a picture of the tracking number and the receipt. Sometimes I'll even send pictures of me going to the post office with the item in my hand so they can see how well I packaged it. And if it's a big item, because I've only sold a few things on eBay in my entire life, I usually provide a insurance if it's a big item. I want my listen, I'm a buyer. I buy a lot. You guys know I buy a lot. I want my buyers to feel as comfortable with me as I feel with them. This whole procedure this morning, 3-hour procedure of eBay just finishing with, sorry, sir, nothing we can do for you. I'm like, but what happened to buyer protection? What happened to the customer is always right? What happened with the fact that I sent you pictures of the home that it was delivered? I sent you pictures of the item. You see the item. You see that I've been a loyal customer for over 20 years. And I've spent thousands of dollars on eBay. And you guys get a cut of that. And you also see that I've purchased over 3,000 and change items within the 20 years that I've been purchasing from eBay. And what you're trying to tell me is I'm spending almost 3 hours on the phone with you today because I'm trying to scam you. I'm trying to walk away with the $47.46 or $46.47, whatever it is. I'm sure I can look it up. What you're trying to tell me that I'm scamming. For some reason, I'm going out of my way to waste my time to be on the phone with you for almost 3 hours arguing with you because I'm trying to get away with something? I even explained, I said, listen, lady, if I was sitting here with the item in front of me, you wouldn't be getting this phone call. If I got a refund, if the seller was like, oh, I couldn't find it, or I didn't deliver it, we don't have it in stock, that's happened. I'm very understanding. Listen, sometimes we make mistakes. I've had sellers be like, I'll buy, let's say, for instance, a CD, and then they'll contact me back. Oh, we went to go get the CD and found out that there was a crack in it, or it was something's broken or whatever. We can't, with good conscience, sell it to you. Okay, no problem. I'll buy from another seller. That's a good seller. You know what I mean? Hey, accidents happen. I'm all about accidents. Accidents happen. Things happen. But this person, this seller, is a scammer. Okay, they legitimately are scamming the consumers. And eBay is not protecting the consumers. They're not protecting the consumers from these scammers because if you open a claim on eBay and the seller provides a tracking number, no matter where that item went, they're going to close your case. And you're going to get nothing. You're going to lose your money. You're probably going to get extremely frustrated. I had to take my blood pressure medication right after I was done. My face was bright red. It actually gave me, I had irritable bowel syndrome. I had to go to the bathroom. That's how I've been pacing the floor and sweating and screaming at these people for almost 3 hours. And I told them I'm going to go on YouTube. I said, listen, I got over 200,000 people watching me. Might not be subscribing, so hit that subscribe button. So next time I lose my mind and I can inform you about these things, you can get this information. But over 1,500 plus subscribers are watching, and I don't want anything to happen to them. I'm looking at this in a couple ways. If you're a viewer for a long time, you know I buy a lot of stuff. And I'm in a transition in my life right now where I'm trying to lower my spending and not buy so much, especially the impulse buying. I told my wife, I said, listen, the situation that I'm in right now, financially, the situation that we're in right now, I'm only going to buy new releases of movies that we've seen in the movie theater that have good memories, or movies that I wanted to see in a movie theater and I didn't get to see. And I'm going to buy them from buyers, sellers that I've worked with in the past, sellers that I respect, sellers that have never let me down. That's who I'm going to stop working with. As a matter of fact, I sent a message late to my wife. I'm like, this is a godly eye-opener for me, because this was a terrible, terrible experience. Nobody, myself, you, grandma, grandpa, little boy, little girl down the street, elderly, handicap, whoever, should not be treated this way. Just because somebody provides you a tracking number doesn't mean the item actually is the item. Just because somebody provided you a tracking number and it says your town and city does not mean it was delivered to your address. I don't know why eBay had a problem understanding this concept. On top of that, I said, let me switch this up a little bit. Since you don't want to give me my money and you don't want to get me my item and you can't close my case, why don't I say I want to return the item? Okay, listen to this. Let's say I go on eBay right now and I say, I want to return the item I didn't receive, okay? I want to return the item. And in return, I get a box about this big, about the same size as the fictional box that they put on the porch of that fictional house. I get a box about this big. I put a nice big heavy rock in it, and I return it to the seller with a tracking number. Will I get my money back then? Ooh, silence hit the air then, okay? Nothing from this lady whatsoever. Then it's like, let me address you over to my supervisor. Okay, I'll talk to the supervisor because obviously you're incompetent and a moron and you don't know what the hell's going on. And as far as guarantee, you're giving me a satisfaction guaranteed and buyer protection. Buyer protection, that's what they call it. So if you scroll down and you see buyer protection, just remember, it's buyer protection, but there's rules to that buyer protection. There's rules to that thing. Listen, if the seller provides a tracking number, you are now no longer protected. Okay, there is no protection. Okay, I told him, I said, listen, I said when I got ripped off for my Taylor Swift CDs, my life was threatened. Okay, from one of your eBay sellers from China or from another country or whatever, was a scammer that had multiple storefronts. I proved all this stuff to you guys. I had to go contact the FBI, and I had to go to my local police department and fill out a form saying that it's a possibility that my life could be in danger because you don't know where these scams are out of. I mean, they very well may be in China or Sri Lanka or wherever they are, but who's to say that they don't have calling stations in, like, my local area? They know where I live. Now I'm in danger. I got people literally threatening my life. The guy was like, I'm going to come to your house. I'm going to find you. We're going to become good friends. I'm going to move in with you. We're going to become partners. I'm like, what does this have to do with the fact that you sent me bootleg stuff and I don't want your bootleg stuff? I want real stuff. Not only, listen, I took it to, like, next level. This we're talking Taylor Swift CDs here. We're talking, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, it's the Folklore collection, okay? There's 8 different covers to the Folklore collection. Okay? And they sent me 8 CDs, and one of them, they were really, really slippery. This is how shifty this scammer was. So I did receive 8 CDs, okay? But 1 out of the 8 was real. The one that was real was a Target exclusive, and it had the warning on the back with the warning against copyright law, cannot be reproduced, whatever. And the rest didn't. The rest also were very, very dark printed, had a terrible ink smell. Now, I worked in a printing company for 5 years, 5 to 7 years, whatever. And I went to school for graphic arts, which is printing. I know what ink smells like. This was cheap, not fully dried ink, fresh off the presses, okay? They sent me 1 good CD with the copyright thing just to cover themselves, and they sent me 7 bootleg, very, very dark copies. Now, I should have known it was a little bit too good to be true because I paid $80 for the entire set. And literally, thanks to Taylor Swift's awesome marketing, each individual CD right now on eBay is going between $50 and $30 because they're so hard to find. And you can't buy them on a website because they were only limited to so many of them, and she's not reselling them. So here I am with a hole in my collection and very, very angry and upset. So I took it to a whole nother level. I contacted the Taylor Swiftie store, okay, and with pictures and photographs of this bootlegger and his cohorts, his other people in his string of bootleggers. This guy must be making thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And I'm telling you right now, I'm sure that there's a lot of older people that are receiving these CDs that are probably like, this is fine. They're shrink wrapped. They look legit, but they're darker. I mean, if you put them side by side to the real ones, because I have ordered one real one, because that's all I can afford. But so I could put them together. They're darker. They have a smell about them. They're printed with cheap ink. They're just garbage. But I bet you there's some older people out there, or even some younger people out there that are probably like, oh, it's Taylor Swift. This is the album. This is the cover. This is the back. It plays perfectly. This is it. This is fine. No. There are tons of scammers on eBay. And eBay's letting them get away with it. Buyer protection. You're not protecting the consumer if a scammer can provide you with a tracking number. See, I am so like I so overthink so many things. This is what I picture. This is what I picture. This scammer probably went through my entire location of where I live and probably found either an abandoned home or a house for sale. And they shipped it with a tracking to that abandoned home or that house for sale, because this house looked like garbage. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I put a picture up here. I'm trying to keep it. I'm gonna crop it and put a picture up there so you don't see the actual address and everything, so I don't put my life in danger any further. I'm gonna show you a picture of this house, and in the picture of the house, you'll see the package that's probably about this big, and I probably already showed you pictures of the cases that I ordered. There's no way. There's no way. The people at eBay have to be complete morons to not see the scam that just happened, to not see what happened. And what's breaking my heart even more, like I told my wife, I said, I messaged her and I said, listen, this was an eye-opener for me. I need to stop impulse buying. I need to stop buying things that I don't necessarily need, because right now, we're not doing so good financially. Right now, we're struggling a little bit. Right now, I shouldn't be spending $47.46 on something to hold my CDs or records. That doesn't really make any sense, but I'm so like addicted to spending, okay, to try to compensate for my sadness in life, that I'm creating more sadness in my life, because now I'm getting scammed by people, and it's totally like showing me that this is not right. This is what I'm doing personally by being by buying random things that don't make no sense is not right. But this world is a messed up place where these scam artists are allowed to get away with this and rob grandma and grandpa of their hard-earned money or their retirement fund or their military money that they're collecting from the government, or whatever it is that they worked hard for all their entire lives, or myself that have worked since I was 12 and a half years old, worked my entire life, or you, or my wife, or my kids, or little kids, or whoever. They should not be allowed to get away with this. eBay needs to up their game a little bit, okay? I made a promise to my wife. Like I said, I messaged my wife. I promised her. I said, listen, from now on, I'm buying nothing but new release movies from companies that I have been working with for years, and only buying things that we are going to watch together. And we are all movies that we have watched together in the movie theater, and they create memories. Because that's what this channel is about, is movies are memories. That's why I always say all the time, movies are memories. So whenever a movie comes out on Blu-ray or 4K or whatever, I always try to buy the movie, because it's like the Inside Out movie. It's a core memory to me. Like, I could pull a movie down and it will be a memory. Usually a good memory. I don't usually buy movies of bad memories. I'm not gonna buy a movie that's gonna bring me back to a place where I'm miserable. No, it's a good memory between me and my wife, or maybe it was a night that me and my wife went and hung around with the kids, or whatever it is. That's what I'm gonna start doing from now on. The impulse buying is done. It's done. And please listen, you eBay shoppers. I'm not even sure what the outcome of this is gonna be. I mean, I'll keep you guys up to date when I figure it out, because right now eBay has washed their hands of me. They said that they got a tracking number and they are done with me. Even though I provided them pictures of my home, even though I provided them complete tracking information, even though I provided them with the home that it was delivered to, with the UPS complete tracking information. So they got the eBay tracking information. They got the UPS tracking information. And they got the picture of the home that was delivered at. They got pictures of my home. They also, being a customer for over 20 years, they know where I live. They got my address on file. Because one of the ladies even had the nerve. She goes, so what you're trying to tell me is that you moved and the package didn't come to your house. I'm like, no, I haven't moved. I've been in the same place for 20 years. I haven't gone anywhere. These people scammed me. They sent the package to the wrong address. They sent it to probably one of their safe houses or one of their scam houses, whatever you want to call it. One of the scam houses that they sent it to, where probably they have a picker-upper guy in my area that just comes by and picks up the packages that were delivered. So they probably don't pile up on the porch, because I'm sure after a while, either UPS, USPS, Federal Express, or whatever is going to question why there's 4,000 boxes on their porch. So next time you purchase something from eBay, please be careful. And as far as buyer protection, like I said, in the beginning of my video, I used the buyer beware. You're in for a scare. That's straight out of Goosebumps. Yeah, buyer beware, because damn, that's what I got to tell you. Damn, I was on hold for so long this morning. Then I finally talked to customer service. This lady could barely speak English. No offense to people that can barely speak English, but she can barely speak English. And I'm talking to her, and I can't understand what she's saying. All right. Maybe that's my fault. I don't know. Maybe that's my fault. Then she said, like, I'll let you, I'm going to put you on with my supervisor. She puts me on hold for like 15, 20 minutes, and then the phone hangs up. Then I got to call back. And I got to explain the entire thing over again, because their automated service, if you use their automated service because they always try to refer you back to their webpage. Go to our website, and we'll take care of everything on the website. We don't want to actually work with a human being. We don't want to actually have to do our jobs. We'd rather have you talk to Mr. AI. So when you talk to Mr. AI, as soon as you tell him what the item is, Mr. AI tells you, you received the tracking number, your case is closed. So Mr. AI won't even give me a person. They won't even give me a phone number to contact the person. They won't even shift me over to a human being. I had to actually Google search the phone number to eBay in order to talk to somebody. Baffling. I am baffled. I am beyond pissed off. I'm aggravated. I feel like I've been assaulted. I told this lady, I said, I feel like a little old lady walking down the street. Somebody just ripped my pocketbook out from under my arms. I can identify the person. I went to the police, and they were like, nothing we can do for you because they provided a tracking number. I'm like, no, this doesn't work this way. And I even made it very clear. Listen, if I get scammed, I get scammed. Okay, fine, whatever. You know what? To me, I'm going to look at it, the type of spiritual person I am, I'm looking at this as a slap in the face from God. He's telling me, hey, idiot, okay? You're not working right now. Stop spending some damn money. You know, you're hustling to try to make nickels and dimes, and you're trying to make ends meet. Why are you buying record cases when you should be saving your money so you could feed yourself and feed your family? This is a slap in the face to me, okay? I'm an idiot, okay? I'm an idiot, okay? I'm admitting to you my stupidity. By spending money I don't have and using paying for, which adds up. Like I've already talked to you about videos like this where, you know, the paying for is so convenient and so nice, but after a while when you start looking at what you're paying it for on and you start realizing that you just spent like $700-800 paying for, like 25 of them, 30 of them, whatever, paying for, it adds up. I mean, they got a cap on $1,000 on the paying for, but when you're at $800 and you don't realize it, because it's so simple to make that $7 payment. It's so simple to make that $10 payment. It's so simple to make that $15 payment. But it does add up. And the bottom line is that I paid for this item. I received nothing. Okay? There may very well have been a tracking number. And it may have very well been delivered. But it wasn't delivered to me. I have nothing to show for it. And when eBay has the guts to say, we have a buyer protection program, but we can't protect the buyer if the seller provides a tracking number. And then they asked me for additional, this was the clincher. They wanted additional information sent to them. But you can't send additional information to them once they close your case. All you can do is call. And after you call, you can't do anything else. You can't provide them more photographs. You can't, because what they did is they pretty much told me, we can't do anything for you. They were like, you know what? If you would have called, this is what she told me. If you would have called back the next day and talked to us like you talked to us today, we could have helped you. And I'm like, what happened was you closed my case. Once you closed my case, I couldn't communicate with you. So I went to PayPal and I opened the case with them. Oh, that's where you went wrong. That's where you went wrong. When you opened the case with PayPal, we washed our hands of you. You're no longer protected by our buyer protection because you went to your payment plan company and you opened the claim with them. And what PayPal did is they closed my case. Why? Because the seller provided a tracking number. And I provided them the same information that I provided eBay. Now, eBay's done with me. They won't do nothing. They wash their hands. They don't want to hear nothing. And like I said, the lady was extremely. She's like, "Sir, for hour and 40 minutes, I talk to you, and we go nowhere for hour 40 minutes." I'm like, "How do you think I feel? I've been talking to you for an hour and 40 minutes, and you're giving me false hope." And then you I almost felt like I was battling a fish. That's what I felt. I was reeling in and like letting go, and reeling in and letting go, and the fish was running, and I was bringing it back in and running and bringing it back in, and all of a sudden the line broke, and I done got screwed. That's what I feel. I feel like I'm like, whoop, pull the hook, I got nothing, and eBay's like, but we got a tracking number. I'm like, but I got nothing. That's okay. It shows that you had a fish on the fish finder, but we can't find your package. But that's okay. You got nothing. Listen, my friends, this world is a tough place, and I'll tell you right now, I am a strong believer in do unto others as you'd have done unto you. The golden rule, okay? Treat people the way you would like to be treated. These scumbag scammers got to be stopped. There's a guy I watch on eBay, wow, so caught up with eBay, on YouTube, that deals with scammers. He just contacts, they got this scam going on where they contact, make them believe that they're Amazon, or they contact, make them believe that they're PayPal, or they contact, make them believe that they're eBay, or whatever. And they get you to give them your information. And they use this thing called, it's some kind of ghosting thing, where, well, not ghost, is it ghosting, or it's like a, they'll ask you to download an app. And the app actually has them so they can see what you see on your phone or on your tablet or on your TV or on whatever, okay? So listen to me very, very clearly. If you ever receive a phone call from anybody and they ask you to download an app so they can see what you're doing on your phone, hang up. Hang up. Do not go that extra step and download that app and let them see your account information, let them see your bank account information, let them see your passwords and your passcodes. Once you download that app, they're in your system. They're on your phone. They're in your phone. They're in your tablet. They know what you're doing. They can see everything that you see. They seeing pictures of your families. They're seeing pictures of your stuff. They're seeing your account information. They're seeing phone numbers. They're seeing your contacts. They're seeing everything. These scammers need to be stopped. This eBay scam needs to be stopped. Listen, if next time you guys buy something on eBay, check the feedback. Check the feedback and see if it has the same person leaving the feedback. That's one red flag. If you see numerous same feedbacks by the same person, that's probably a red flag saying that this is a scammer. That's a friend of theirs that purchased from them and leaving great feedbacks, giving you that sense of safety and security. Then look how many feedbacks they have. I mean, if they have 3,540,000 feedbacks and they got like 20 negative feedbacks, I'm okay with that. I'm like, wow, you sold 3,400 whatever, and you had, 4, 8, 20 people or whatever that weren't happy with your service because they received something damaged or broken or it wasn't what they wanted or whatever. I read the feedbacks. I'm like, oh, I get it. Listen, out of 3,000 ship outs, more than likely you're going to have 1 or 2 that are going to be a mistake or something. Listen, people aren't perfect. But if you start seeing like low feedback ratings or the same feedback seller, or you are looking for an item for, I'll use my example again on the Taylor Swift Folklore Collection, which is 8 CDs. If you looking for that and it says China, 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 and then you click on it and the photographs that they're using are the same exact photographs that all of these other sellers are using, it's probably the same person. Because they know that they're going to get caught by something. Not everybody's stupid. They're going to get caught. Not everybody's oblivious. Not everybody's doesn't know the scam. Okay, listen, maybe I shouldn't use the word stupid, okay? Because anybody gets scammed. It's not that they're stupid. They're just honest people that are trying to get something. But I feel stupid right now. I feel really, really stupid right now because now I'm out $47 and I'm battling to try to get $47 back. I personally feel stupid. So I don't want you to feel like I feel. I don't want you to feel like this. This was terrible. This was a terrible, terrible morning, terrible, terrible situation, and I don't want it to happen to you. Okay, I don't want it to happen to you. And I will tell you that that whole wanting you to download the app thing, that's happened to me in the past. I have contact. Actually, there was a contact number for, I believe, Amazon, and I found it in Google, and I contacted them, and it was actually a scammer office. And right away they want, I think it's like any folder or any something. It's called any something or whatever. They right away the guy was like, "Oh, don't worry about nothing, sir. We help you very much." They're all like out of India or whatever. These scam sites usually they're from like this place that starts with a K, because I watch this thing all the time. But it's usually out of India. These scam sites, a lot of them, and right away he's like, "Okay, I need you to download this app for me, sir. Go to your app browser, download this app for me, and what I gonna do is I gonna see what you're doing on your end, and I gonna help you. I'm here to help you, sir. I'm here to help you." Kept reinforcing that he was here to help me. So I go to the app thing, not really thinking and not seeing any of these scammer things before, and I download the app, and then I'm like, wait a minute, what this app is doing is showing this person that I don't know my screen, my information, my family, my kids, my contacts, my life. Listen, most of you guys live on your phones. You want to share your life with a stranger? Do you want to share your contacts with a stranger? Do you want to share the pictures of your family with a stranger? Like, so, granted, some of you guys are all Facebooked away, you know, and you love showing your meals that you cooked yesterday and pictures of your kids playing in the yard. That's all well and good as long as your friends are legit friends, you know. But do you want a scammer to get access to all of that information? So please, people, please listen to me. There's many scams out there. If somebody tells you to download something on your phone so they can see what you see, because they're gonna fix something for you, they're gonna fix something for you, right? They're gonna take money out of your checking account. They're gonna, because what's gonna happen is they're gonna say, okay, go over to your PayPal account and type in your information so we can see your PayPal account. And once you type in that information, they see your password, they see your account, they see how much money you have in your account. Whether that be some of them tell you to go to a credit card. Then they see your credit card information, see how much money you have in your credit card, and then they send you on a run. They'll send you on all kinds of wild goose chases. Okay, what you need to do right now, sir, is transfer this money over to me. Or what we need you to do. The one of them that I was watching was unbelievable, and people will fall, because I actually seen videos of people that were doing this stuff. And these scammers will tell you, okay, type in $300 or whatever. Or what you, let's say, for instance, in my case, you lost $47.46. Please type in 47.46. I type in 47.46, and the scammer puts down $4,046. And then they're like, "Oh no, sir. Oh no, you're gonna get me fired. You made a mistake. You typed in the wrong thing." And really, you typed in the right thing. And what the scam is going to tell you to do is like, "Oh, you got to make this good. What I want you to do is I want you to go to your local bank, and I want you to get $4,000 cash. I'm going to reimburse your $47, and what you're going to do is send me back my money. Oh my goodness, I'm going to lose my job. You messed me up, but you got to give me back my $4,000." It's a scam. It doesn't exist. This is somebody that is preying on elderly people, preying on ignorant people, preying on people that don't know any better. Listen, I'll tell you right now, I think about my grandparents, you know what I mean? I think about my kids, you know. I just think that some of them, just some people out there don't know these things. They don't know these things. This video is to make you aware that this is going on. Listen, eBay is a great place to buy from. I've been an eBay business customer for years and years and years. Matter of fact, most of the stuff you guys see me unpackage on this site comes from eBay. They're one of my websites of preference, and I've done very well with them throughout the years. But this situation today is just ridiculous. Just because somebody provides them a tracking number does not mean that the person received the item. You know, not everybody's dishonest. I'm an honest person. Okay, I am an honest person. On the right hand of God, I receive nothing from this person. The tracking number led to my city and town, but to a house that I don't live in. And this scammer is sitting pretty right now with my money, and probably thousands of other people's money, because he was selling other items on his website, on his eBay page, and now he's gone. He's gone. But you know what? The item is being sold on other people's pages for the same amount of money, different names. Something something stinks. And it's not the fish that I just reeled in, because that fish done broke off the line and swam away, along with my $47 and change. That's the way I feel. So with that said, my friends, yes, I had to make this video. I'm not even gonna edit nothing. I'm posting it right now because I want to save you from the hysterical craziness which was my morning. Over 3 hours back and forth and got nothing accomplished. Matter of fact, I felt guilty when I was done talking to you. They made me feel like garbage. They made me feel like trash. They're like, sorry, sir, there was a tracking number. You received the item. No, I didn't. I'm like, I gave you the pictures. I can provide you the video for the entire month showing you what was delivered to this house. But you don't care because you got a tracking number. Buyer protection. Buyer beware. And with that said, my friends, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you. In fact, no, I appreciate you so much that this is why I make these videos. I don't want this to happen to you. I don't want you to get scammed. I don't want you to go through the frustration. Listen, I'm already taking medication for blood pressure, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, anxiety, stress. I'm already taking medication for. I don't need this aggravation in my life over a couple of boxes to hold records. Now, come on. What? Fair is fair. Okay, fair is fair. And eBay should stand by their consumers. Okay? Bottom line, customer's always right. And with that said, my friends, I will see you later. Thank you for stopping by. I don't even know how to end this properly. I'll talk to you later.
You should have saved me some.